things are not looking good for the Indianapolis Colts right now. They are at a point of no return with Anthony Richardson. Look, when you drafted him in the first round a few years ago, you understood that this was not going to be one of those situations where you were going to see overnight success. You were playing the long-term game with Anthony Richardson. Well, now we're going into his third season. Not only has he showed signs of regression because he looked worse this past season than what he was during his rookie season, but also you got a brother that's 6'4", 255 pounds and is injury prone. You have all that size for nothing because he struggles to stay on the field. He was unable to go in their regular season finale because he had some back spasms that were so bad that he had to crawl around to get around his house. You know, he had one of the lowest completion percentages that we have seen out of a starting quarterback in the last 10 years since Tim Tebow, which Tim Tebow is like Anthony Richardson, but a lot more juiced up. Or Anthony Richardson is Tim Tebow, but a lot more juiced up. You know, Tim Tebow, he was able to win more games than what Anthony Richardson was because he had a better defense and a better coaching staff, but man, after his second season, being a starter, he got swapped out for Peyton Manning. He was never able to really find success again in the league. And for Anthony Richardson, when you watch him play, he looks a lot like Tim Tebow. He just doesn't look like a natural quarterback. I know people that have played against Anthony Richardson in high school and said that he didn't look like he was worth the hype. You know, yeah, he's a uber athletic quarterback, but would you be wrong to move him to tight end if he doesn't pan out after this upcoming season? Would you be wrong to try him out at fullback? Would you be wrong to try him out at middle linebacker? Because some guys just aren't cut out to be NFL quarterbacks. Because when you're struggling to throw the short passes, the intermediate passes with consistent accuracy, and you're completing under 50% of your passes, that does not make you a starting caliber quarterback. And at this point, you know, if you're Shane Steichen and Chris Ballard, you know that your jobs are on the line. Do you really feel safe putting your livelihood on the shoulders of Anthony Richardson, who, once again, let me reiterate, has the lowest completion percentage of any starting quarterback that we've seen in this league over the past decade? If you were in their shoes, would you feel comfortable knowing that your job is in the hands of Anthony Richardson and the sake of potential? That's the thing about potential. You hope, you envision that he can become the next Josh Allen. But let's just be honest. Let's just be realistic. Over these last 2 years, how confident do you feel that Anthony Richardson is really going to reach his ceiling? Because it doesn't look good right now. Josh Allen, at least he was able to stay on the field. He showed signs of improvement. Anthony Richardson regressed, and he was never that good at Florida neither. He had the same problem at Florida that he's having in the NFL. I say this all the time. Sometimes it's not about letting the guy sit. Sometimes it's not about patience. Sometimes you just have guys that just are not ready to play quarterback at the NFL level. Some of you guys underestimate how hard it is to be an NFL quarterback. The preparation, the time that it takes to even be above average in this game, playing this position, is incredibly difficult. So for Anthony Richardson, there's so much that goes into this game. And with him being so young, you might have to wait 7-8 years before he looks like a solid quarterback. By that time, you're probably going to be burning through 2 or 3 different coaching staffs. Trey Lance was one of those examples that you had somebody that was inexperienced. You thought the potential was there. You thought if you sat him and you gave him time to learn and develop, he would be able to be an elite quarterback, but he just was a dud. And Anthony Richardson just might be a dud. I wouldn't be against them getting Aaron Rodgers.